Inheritance and constructor calls in C++. What is inheritance? When new classes inherit some of the properties and behavior of the existing classes, this technique is known as inheritance. The existing class or the parent of a new class is called as the base class, and the new class that inherits the properties of the base class is called as the derived class. Inheritance is basically a technique of code reuse. Basic inheritance, what is it? When a class is there called as parent class, which is called as a base class, is used for deriving a new class called as the child class or the derived class. This process or this mechanism is known as inheritance. This is the basic inheritance. Here the child class inherits some of the properties of the parent class. There are different types of inheritance: single, hierarchical, multi-level, multiple, and hybrid inheritance. Single inheritance. In single inheritance, the base class is used for deriving a single derived class. Here A is the base class and B is the derived class. Hierarchical inheritance. In hierarchical inheritance, a single base class is used for deriving more than one derived class. Here A is the base class and B and C are the derived classes. Multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, the inheritance is done at different levels. Here A acts as parent for B, B acts as parent for C. Hence, A is a grandparent for C. Multiple inheritance. In multiple inheritance, more than one base class will be used for creating a new class or the derived class. Here A and B are the base classes and C is the derived class. Hybrid inheritance. This is a kind of mixture of different types of inheritances. Here a base class is used for creating two derived classes, and these two derived classes are again used for creating a new derived class. The top portion shows a kind of hierarchical kind of inheritance, and the bottom represents multiple inheritance. Now, constructors in base and derived class. If there is a class A which has a default constructor which is shown here, and if a B class is derived from A class which also has a similar kind of default constructor, this is how the two classes will be declared in case of base and derived class. The call to constructors. Now A class is there with the constructor, default constructor, and only one statement is written in that constructor of A, and B class is derived from A class which also has a default constructor, and it contains only a single statement, constructor of B. Now we'll see how the constructor call will be done when an object of class B will be created. Suppose here an object of B class is created, then the call to the constructors will be, the output will be seen like this: constructor of A and constructor of B. This shows that even if an object of derived class is created, it will call all the parent class constructors also. That is, the child class or the derived class constructor will be called later, and before to that the parent class constructors will be called. Thank you.